My name is Samuel Gathukia. I'm the owner and director of General Design Management and Building Company, shortened to GDMB Company Limited. I'm a civil engineer by training and a project manager by experience, and I've also taken a few courses on construction law that I implement in my business. And I've just recently taken up or completed the Centonomy Entrepreneurship, so I consider myself an entrepreneur. Shortly after setting up my business, at that time it was just when sole proprietorship was launched. So it was myself as the business. It was indistinguishable. So I was looking for work. It was very hard for people to pay the business as opposed to them looking at paying myself. One of the things about COVID-19 is just created a bit of self-awareness. If you're ready to do it, this is the time. Otherwise, something else might happen in the future. You never get to do it. And regret is a very heavy burden. So what I decided to do is just get on with it. But I wanted some tools. I only had civil engineering training. I didn't have entrepreneurship training. So what I decided to do is join Centonomy to give me the tools and the skills that I need to get into entrepreneurship. So my business is in the construction sector. So as I mentioned, I wear a couple of hats, civil engineer, structural engineer, project manager. What I decided to do is add one more lane, still sticking to construction, but add one more lane, which is construction monitoring. And for me to be able to do that, what I decided to do as a business is to leverage on technology. So to compete, let me say, in the current state of affairs and even in the future, what I decided to do is just get into as much tech as possible as the unique selling point of the business. So to do this, what we are doing as a company is that we're employing 360-degree cameras mounted on top of hard hats, and thanks to our partnership with OpenSpace, we are able to deliver a virtual experience, and people can now be able to see or to follow, to check on the progress of their construction sites remotely. So that's the business. The way it works is that we have capture technicians that come every morning. They grab their kit, which is the hard hat and the cameras and a phone, and they go to site and capture the sites on behalf of clients who are able now to view their projects remotely, particularly the diaspora clients or clients who are looking at making sure that there's proper work that's being done on their site and money is not going elsewhere. We are located at one of the Regis, which is a co-working space. And one of the reasons why we took up a co-working space is so that we can be joined, or we can join the other entrepreneur community. So co-working spaces have this general liveliness when it comes to entrepreneurs, and it's a good place to start based on the products that they have. So I took up a service with Regis, and it's a regional service. So they're in Tanzania, they're in Uganda, and you can be able to work from any co-working space. And what that allows you to do essentially is to start from where you are. So you can be able to take up a virtual office like we have. So we normally meet in the morning, and in the afternoon we leave and go to site. So you actually pay for only the time that you're using the space. Let me just say there were so many highlights, and I can pick a couple. One of them, as I mentioned earlier, was pivoting, which was quite key. What the entrepreneurship course gives you is a commercial awareness of what you're doing. So it's good to love what you're doing. It's good to have a passion of what you do, but there's a business angle that you need to be quite comfortable with. You need to be comfortable being uncomfortable, the aspect of being a business person. And what was quite key was the angle of pivoting. If something does not work, what I got to learn is that it's okay to move to something else. Pick your failure up really quickly and then move on to something else, and make sure you put into place the same structure, strategy, plan, and you move forward. The quicker you get up, the better it is, not just for you but for your team. So being rigidly flexible, flexibly rigid is quite key. I know it's me talking in parables. The art of entrepreneurship ideally is being creatively consistent or consistently creative. What that means is that you keep thinking, you keep doing, you keep reinventing yourselves, you keep innovating. That is the beauty, and that's the beauty of it, and that's what I came to learn. But anchored to all this is the business angle. So other than the pivoting, structuring was quite big. It's important to note that you can't be the business. As I mentioned earlier, initially it was myself as the business. What I've done is gotten a team, and I'm quite grateful for the team that I have. It's a team that's quite passionate about what they do. They picked up on the vision quite quickly, and they're running with the vision. It's all about getting people who can be autonomous and yet have a teamwork mindset, and that's essentially what we're looking at doing. But what is key is that I can't be there, I can't be everywhere. So what is important is to ensure that the structures are there, and it's a thing that it's one of the key things that I picked up just based on the experiences of the other entrepreneurs. When you're an employer, you start relating with tax now directly. It's something that people should be comfortable being uncomfortable with, but it's something that people should be very much aware and get in good terms with the tax authorities. So I'm still working on that. I'm sure I'm going to get it right quite soon. The final one as a highlight, I believe, is capital, or raising capital, which was quite key. Yes, you can get revenue, cash flows, it's important to look at them, but how you keep moving, how you make sure that the vision is in place, how you think about getting to expand, to grow. There's a huge lesson that I got when it comes to investment, and capital was a key thing in understanding how you structure it, and who you turn to, and at what time you turn to the people you need, so that you can raise your I'd say game to the next level. So it's a constant thing that's going to happen, but it was a key lesson to learn at this point in time. I think the key thing is to just start. I think that's the moral of the story. Start and keep going. Because what will happen is that if you don't start, you don't get to learn. You don't get to know what next step to take. The line is not straight. You have to take the crooked with the straights. But it's important for you to know that for as long as you're in motion, for as long as you're moving, you're getting somewhere. You're getting closer to the vision. I think it's not an easy approach to it, and Centonomy is making it easy to understand how to navigate through. So it gives you the tools to do it. So I recommend that course to each and every aspiring entrepreneur. But the key thing for you is to just start. Hi, my name is Samuel Gathukia. I'm the Director of General Design Management and Building Company, GDMB, and I'm a Centonomy Entrepreneur Alumnus.